A Lamborghini isn't always the fastest car on the road, and on paper, some cars accelerate quicker or handle better. Some cars cost half as much and still outperform supercars in numbers. But nothing else feels like a Lamborghini. Even standing still, it feels alive, loud, and aggressive, as if it's doing something illegal just by existing. You don't sit in a Lamborghini. You drop into it, and the engine feels like it's breathing down your neck. The angles are sharp, the visibility is terrible, and the sound vibrates through the cabin. Your brain immediately senses danger, excitement, and chaos even before the car moves. Today, we're exploring why Lamborghinis feel absolutely insane, even when they're not the fastest cars in the world. This isn't about lap times or horsepower figures. It's about psychology, design, sound, and fear. And by the end of the video, you'll learn how Lamborghini has mastered all of them. If you enjoy videos that go deeper than specs and explain why machines make us feel something, consider subscribing now. Chapter 1. Speed isn't the point. Speed doesn't automatically create excitement, and your brain doesn't experience it as numbers. It experiences speed as signals, vibrations, sounds, and a sense of danger that can make a car feel faster than it really is. A Lamborghini knows this instinctively and doesn't focus on numbers alone. Every design choice, from throttle response to seating, is meant to amplify your perception of speed. Many modern performance cars are refined, smooth, and precise, but that very refinement reduces excitement. They are fast, but they feel safe, and safety kills adrenaline. A Lamborghini, on the other hand, makes moderate speed feel extreme. The engine responds instantly, the steering feels heavy, and the road feels close enough to touch. Your senses are overloaded in a way that tricks your mind into feeling more than the car delivers on paper. That is why Lamborghinis feel insane even when they're not winning races. Chapter 2. Design that triggers your brain. Before the engine even starts, a Lamborghini is already affecting your mind. The sharp angles, low stance, and aggressive wedge shape signal danger, speed, and excitement before you touch the pedal. Your brain associates sharp shapes with threat, just like fighter jets, and Lamborghini uses this to create anticipation and tension. The car doesn't look like it wants to be friendly or safe. It looks like it wants to dominate. The seating position reinforces that feeling. You sit low, legs stretched forward, windshield far away, and the roof feels close. Visibility is limited, which keeps your mind alert and engaged. Even the scissor doors add to the drama. They aren't practical, but they make entering and exiting the car feel ceremonial, like the car is demanding your full attention. By the time the engine fires, your brain is already convinced this is dangerous, exciting, and unpredictable. The design itself sets the stage for the insanity you feel behind the wheel. Chapter 3. Sound as a weapon. You usually hear a Lamborghini before you ever see it, and that sound instantly signals that something aggressive is approaching. It doesn't feel refined or softened, but mechanical, sharp, and intentionally unfiltered. Lamborghini has always treated sound as an emotional trigger rather than a side effect of performance. For decades, its naturally aspirated engines responded instantly, training your brain to associate the noise with urgency and danger. Modern turbocharged cars may be faster on paper, but they smooth out the experience and dull the sensation. Turbochargers filter sound and delay response, making speed feel controlled instead of explosive. Lamborghini refuses to hide that violence, even at low speeds. The engine feels restless, impatient, and constantly on edge, which convinces your senses that you're moving faster than you really are. Once your ears believe you're going fast, the rest of your body follows. Speed becomes a feeling rather than a number, and that feeling is where Lamborghini thrives. Chapter 4. The driving position from hell. Getting into a Lamborghini doesn't feel natural or graceful. You don't step inside. You lower yourself down into something that feels closer to the road than to comfort. The seating position is extremely low and reclined, with your legs stretched forward and the windshield far away. Everything about the posture reminds you that this car was not designed for relaxation. Visibility is limited, with thick pillars and small windows that restrict your view. That lack of awareness forces your brain to stay alert and focused at all times. The cabin feels tight and enclosed, wrapping around the driver instead of opening up space. There's no room to relax, only enough to operate the machine. Comfort makes you calm, and calm kills excitement. Lamborghini designs its driving position to keep you tense, engaged, and fully awake. Chapter 5. Unrefined by design. Lamborghinis are intentionally unrefined, and that roughness adds to their insanity. Every gear shift is firm, every pedal has resistance, and every suspension bump reminds you that this car is alive. Unlike modern supercars built for comfort and predictability, Lamborghinis don't hide their mechanical nature. The ride is harsh, the steering is heavy, and the transmission doesn't apologize for demanding your full attention. That tension keeps your senses alert, making even slow speeds feel exhilarating. Perfection is boring. Lamborghini thrives in imperfection. Every vibration, every sound, every twitch of the car communicates emotion directly to your nervous system. The car doesn't just move, it talks to your body, making each drive unforgettable. You don't drive a Lamborghini for refinement or smoothness. You drive it to feel alive, tense, and slightly out of control. Chapter 6. The illusion of danger. Lamborghinis feel dangerous even when they're perfectly safe. The engine sits behind your head, the tires are wide, and the car leans into curves as if daring you to make a mistake. All-wheel drive and advanced electronics control much of the chaos, but your brain doesn't know that. It only senses threat, risk, and unpredictability. Oversteer and torque steer add to the illusion of danger, especially in older models without as many driver aids. Even when nothing is wrong, your mind is convinced the car could explode into chaos at any moment. That perceived risk amplifies every sensation. Sound, vibration, acceleration, and visual cues become more intense. Your adrenaline spikes, and suddenly the car feels faster, louder, and wilder than any number could explain. Danger is part of the design philosophy. Lamborghini understands that fear, carefully managed, is thrilling. Chapter 7. Lamborghini versus everyone else. Compared to Ferrari, Lamborghinis feel more chaotic and theatrical. Ferraris are precise, calculated, and refined, built to impress with mastery rather than spectacle. McLarens are technological masterpieces, engineered for speed and efficiency. Lamborghinis are designed for emotion, spectacle, and presence. Porsches are measured and composed, almost clinical in their execution. Lamborghinis, by contrast, scream with drama, demand attention, and make even casual drivers feel alive. The brand doesn't chase lap times, efficiency, or practicality. It chases experience. Every angle, every sound, every mechanical choice is meant to maximize emotional impact. That's why a Lamborghini can feel insane even when it isn't the fastest, most advanced, or most efficient car on the road. It's a machine built to make you feel something impossible to measure. Chapter 8. Why they're losing some of that insanity. Modern Lamborghinis are heavier, quieter, and more controlled than their predecessors. Safety regulations, hybrid systems, and digital driver aids have tamed some of the rawness. Cockpits are filled with screens. The steering is lighter, and engines sometimes sound polished rather than wild. Even the iconic scissor doors now feel almost clinical in their operation. These changes make the cars easier to live with and more appealing to a broader audience, but they also reduce the feeling of chaos and danger. Some of the thrill is gone, yet even tamed. Modern Lamborghinis retain a spark that few cars can match. The sound, the angles, the presence, it still commands attention and creates tension. Progress has dulled some insanity, but it has not erased it. There is still something fundamentally untamable about a Lamborghini. Conclusion: why we still love them. Lamborghinis aren't the fastest, the smartest, or the most practical cars on the road, but they make you feel something numbers cannot capture. They make moderate speed feel extreme, sound feel violent, and danger feel thrilling. Even when standing still, a Lamborghini commands attention, creates tension, and engages your senses in ways other cars cannot. That is why they feel insane, and why people continue to dream about them decades after the first wedge-shaped models appeared. If you love cars that make your heart race and your senses explode, consider subscribing to this channel. We explore not just speed and numbers, but why machines make us feel alive in ways only a few cars can. Because with Lamborghini, it's never about the finish line, it's about the ride, the sound, and the raw, unfiltered emotion you feel along the way.